All right, in this problem, it says to write the ellipse in standard form given the information above. So what does it tell us? It tells us that it's going to have a center at 1, -1. That should be in parentheses. That's going to be our HK. All right, H in our K value. It also has foci at 1, -1 plus or minus the square root of 5. Now that's important because compared to our center, 1, -1, this is still 1, -1, but then it adds on to our y value, right? This is just an xy point. It adds on to the y value, which means in the y direction is how this ellipse is going to be oriented. It's going to be one that's more tall and skinny as opposed to short and fat, which means our y's will come first when we write the equation. All right, so that's what that tells us, as well as, since this is plus or minus the square root of 5, the square root of 5 is going to be our c. So we need our a, our b, and our c. Square root of 5 is going to be the c in that case. Okay, just to kind of go over that a little bit more, the eccentricity is going to be the square root of 5 over 3. That eccentricity value is E equals c over a. So just to prove that point that c is the square root of 5, it is still going to be the square root of 5 over 3. This also tells us, over 3, that our a is going to be 3. Okay? Our a is going to be 3. Now, we can use this to help us find b. So remember, it's kind of like the Pythagorean theorem, but it's a little bit backwards. Instead of a squared plus b squared equals c squared, it's a squared minus b squared equals c squared. So we can fill in what we know to find b. So a is 3, so a squared is 9, minus I don't know the b squared. The c squared, well, the square root of 5 squared is just 5. All right, it's just 5. So now I have to think in my head, 9 minus what is 5? Well, 9 minus 4 is 5. So the b squared is going to be 4. I don't really care what b is. I just need b squared. Remember, my formula is a squared and b squared. So b squared is going to be 4. The a squared from before, if a was 3, a squared is 9. All right, so I have those. I have my h and my k, as well as I know this is oriented in the y direction because this is taller, and so therefore I have enough to write this in standard form. Let's try it. Y's will come first. We need y minus our k value of -1. Y minus the -1 is y plus 1. Quantity squared, and that's over a squared. Our a squared we said was 9. Plus x minus our h value. Well, the h is positive 1, so x minus 1. Quantity squared over b squared. The b squared we found out was 4 using this formula. And then all ellipses equal 1. Okay, so right here, y plus 1 quantity squared over 9 plus x minus 1 quantity squared over 4 equals 1 is the standard form of this ellipse.